Okay. Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here, and Jim Morgan in the house. How you doing, buddy?
Hey there, doing pretty well. It's been a good day so far.
You were saying it's quite a busy one.
Yeah, pretty busy.
Personal
I
stuff
was
or
uh,
professional
I was
stuff
up
or
all
what?
night. Pardon?
Personal or professional?
A little bit of both.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Me too. I was working on my main job all day, and
Mhm.
Fridays are crazy for the main job. And then trying to also we had some kind of scammer that was trying to mess around in my Discord today. First time that's happened. I guess that
Oh
means
man.
I made the big time.
I was gonna say, what was it like? They were just adding a lot of people and
They were
PMing them.
they were DMing everybody,
Yeah.
I guess. And I don't really know what they were asking, but presumably it was a setup to ask for something, right? Whether they did ask for anything or whether they tricked anybody, but presumably they were trying to.
Yeah.
Hey Jarrett, hey Isaac, hey Will, how you doing? Good to see you guys. Oshinori, hey buddy. How you guys doing tonight? You having a good night?
Oh yeah.
Jerry O. Kool-Aid man. There's a funny is it a Simpsons? Did you grow up watching The Simpsons, Jim?
I didn't really watch a lot of The Simpsons.
What kind of shows you're a different generation than me. What kind of shows did you watch growing up?
I used to watch a lot of Family Guy.
Okay.
I also watched a lot of anime, but and crime shows. I love Criminal Minds. That's one of my favorites.
Even like at a young age, you mean?
Yeah.
Nice.
My step grandfather, my stepdad's dad. I remember going over by their house, and I would stay there for like the whole weekend, and he would watch like Cold Case. He would watch Criminal Minds, and I was probably around like 10 years old, maybe 9. And I've been hooked.
Nice. Hey Japoro. Isaac says his kids are out of town and he's having a relaxing evening. That's awesome, dude. My kids are in bed. My youngest one had a tough night. She has seizures, and so she had to do like a pretty serious medicine tonight, and so she was conked out by dinner time. Her seizures don't hurt or anything, if you guys ever wonder that, but she has seizures every day because she has epilepsy. And so baby bear went to bed early tonight. I got to tuck her in and give her a kiss. And then my big girl, who I took to soccer practice tonight, and I'm very proud of, she's been nervous around soccer because she's trying to learn it, but she doesn't really know how, and she's nervous that she's not going to be good enough and people are going to laugh, and probably all the same things you or I would have felt at 7 years old trying to figure out like a new sport. But she's in bed too, and my wife helped put her to bed, so now I'm kind of free to hang and do my thing.
There you go.
Yeah. I had several.
I'm terrible at soccer.
Are you? Did you grow up playing any sports?
No, not really. And it tends to be like, because I'm 6'4", and people are always like, "Oh, did you play basketball?" I'm like, no, I just played like music and video games.
I played a lot of basketball growing up. I'm 6'2", probably 6'2", and I grew up playing a lot of basketball. Hey Japoro, hey David, hey Gons, thanks for coming, buddy. We are having an awesome night, dude.
Looks. They'll be like, "What do you mean you didn't play basketball or football, for that matter?"
Are you a big guy too? Like you're 6'4", but are you like thick? Like how many lbs you got over there?
6'4", 255.
Ooh, yeah, I would think football also. You see why they say it, right?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Oh, my Isaac says, sorry to hear that. I've only got one and she's 4. She's been dealing with some drama this week. Our bank accounts got hacked. Wow, that sucks, dude. But other than filing reports, nothing I can do right now. That sucks though. The stress of that, and if you have a bill due now and the bank doesn't have it, and then it'll probably all work itself out. They may give you an overdraft and they might charge you a penalty, and maybe they'll reimburse the penalty later, but all of it is just like a stress you don't want to deal with.
And depending on the bank, they'll only like take take away like one of those charges, but sometimes you can get like 3 or 4 charges on it, and they're like, oh yeah, we're only going to do one.
Yeah.
It's like, great. Well, it all happened at the exact same time, so what am I going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, man, banks are annoying, and that's why we're here with crypto, right? Carlo, Gilberto, Chuni's in the house. Chuni's always here.
Yep. I was
Icy.
actually talking to Chuni the other day.
Oh, yeah? Thanks for coming, Icy. DJ, good to see you guys. 12 asking Jim some personal questions on his life. Yeah, dude. We just like to hang out. We like to talk, man. And if you've seen the other lives that I do with, various creators, like as far as I'm concerned, the best when I'm watching live events, when I'm watching anything, any sort of entertainment, I just love watching conversation, and that's why I think people gravitate to long form podcasts these days. And I don't know about you guys, but I personally watch podcasts or listen to podcasts every single day, and I'll listen to hours and hours and hours of like either Tim Pool or Joe Rogan or Jordan Peterson and like I'll have it in the background and I'm trying to take it in, but I'm also going through, doing whatever I'm doing, work, life, whatever. But I can't get enough of it because I think in part because we don't get enough of it, just generally speaking. I don't know about you, Jim, but I think there's a desperation for that kind of thing because we live increasingly isolated, I would argue. And so I think we're all really, if we might not recognize it necessarily, but I think we all are looking for that.
I think it's very strange. It's like we're at a point in life where we are the most connected with each other ever, and we're also the most disconnected with each other at the same time.
Totally. Yeah, man. I have some of my best friends, we live all over the place now. I went to university in Vancouver, British Columbia at a place called UBC. It's a nice school, but I don't know if I think I've definitely shared this with my members, but not everybody will know this. I grew up and I went to school and I always felt I needed to get college education. I needed to get a degree because you can't get a job without that. And to some extent that's true, but it's only really true if you are set in the mind that you need to be like an academic style, sitting at a desk. I think there's so much benefit and so much opportunity available to if we open our horizons and maybe go to trade school, for instance, where you can get like a 2-year certificate and open some really interesting opportunities. But I didn't know that, and I started going down this path of psychology, which is what I studied. And I was boozing and doing drugs and all kinds of things, and I got kicked out of school like after several years of just wasting my education and my time and my money. I got kicked out of school. I flunked too many classes and they sent me home. And
real quick, are you saying you wasted your time and attention there?
Yeah. I should have saw that one coming, but yeah, no, I am
just checking.
Yeah. And what was my point though? The wasted time. What was somebody left a comment that got me talking about my past. Dream is the best when it's chill.
And then we were talking about trade schools and needing to go to college and different routes.
Yeah. Oh, this is it. I was trying to say, so I went to an NSU university, and that was like an interesting part of my story of my history where I really pissed away like several years of my life. But those years of my life were integral in that I met certain core friends that I still associate with, even though we're kind of strewn across the world. That was where I was trying to go with that. And I'm trying to bring it back actually to the topic of these long form conversations, because I think we do thirst for that. And what I was thinking about is that even today, years and years later, so that I was done with school in 2006, and by the way, I went back and finished after I kind of straightened up and I started going. I met Jesus, I stopped drinking, and I got back involved. I said to myself, I'm going to be a dad. I need to finish my degree because I'm going to have children. They're going to grow up. I need to be able to tell them, like, when you start something, you finish it. So I went back and I finished. But the point of the story was just those friends that I met years and years ago, and they're all over the world now. We'll call each other, a couple times a year, and we'll just talk for hours about whatever, like this, like honestly, like we're doing right now, Jim, where it's just, we're talking about long form discussion, and then maybe it's religion, and then maybe it's, a video game, and then maybe it's politics, and it's just here and there. And it's just because we don't have enough of that during our day. I don't know about you guys, but I'm working from home. I'm sitting in front of a computer by myself. There are certain days where I'm here literally alone, almost from like, let's say 8:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. That's weird. That's really weird. Like, to be isolated for that many hours of 5 days a week is not human. It's like some sort of, it's just different, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I definitely have trained myself throughout the entire years of pretty much always, not really always, but a lot of the time being isolated, but just like online and talking to people through those like means, and playing MMOs, and really just staying away from people in real life. But I know that a lot of people can't do that. And it's hard for me now because, ever since I started working, and when I was working at a game store, so all the tabletop and card games, things like that, the people you meet there, the friends you make, now it's more difficult for me to just want to sit at home.
So now you are you saying that you've because of that experience, you're starting to long for that more in the real, like in a physical connection sort of way?
I would say it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
It does depend on my mood, I guess you could also say. I can go back and forth. Like,
I get that.
If people want to hang out, then like I'm all for it, but then I could just be emotionally or mentally drained, and it's like, all right, now I just want to relax.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's I was actually just talking, we have people over on Wednesday nights, and it's like a church thing, but it's a social thing. We share dinner and lots of good conversation, and and I was just saying to somebody, one of the guys, that he's saying he loves to go out to, to sit down with a group of friends and, to gather around and tell, stories and do kind of what we're doing right now, but in person. And he describes himself as a extrovert. And I feel that way a lot of the time. Like, if you guys sat down with me, I think this is really how it would go. And I'm quite, confident and outgoing. But then there are times where it's like I don't know, I like fill that tank, and then I'm just done. And then I need to like shut it down, and I need to go home, and I don't want to go out next weekend. And I just want to like, just shut her down. So I don't know if I'm an extrovert or if I'm an introvert, or if I'm something like right down the middle, because I don't feel like I directly identify as one or the other. Isaac said something interesting about regulations. I want to see this through here. Hang on. Oh, hey, Miguel. I see a question from Miguel. I see Gilberto's got a question about the BTC jump, which is wild. And then Miguel has a question about which splinter is the best to start growing in a couple months. Man, that's those are two huge. Yeah, Tim Dillon. And Gon says I should check out Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon is hilarious. Oh man, Tim Dillon is like one of the only people I like following on Twitter. Everyone else on Twitter is like, for the most part, just you know, it's so serious. Everybody speaks like every sentence that they're releasing is going to change the world. But then Tim Dillon comes out and he just says the most hilarious things. So Gons, I'm a huge supporter. You should follow him on Twitter. The guy cracks me up. But let's talk about BTC because it went wild today. And then look at this. Look at this green board. These are all my coins, by the way, which is nice to see. This is my specific window. So I like seeing that. But then we remove the hearts. Let's see what we get. ETH went up 12% today. That's so crazy.
Wow. Can't wait for Ethereum to get back to 3.6.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't know. I'm not counting on this continue. I'm not counting on Bitcoin and Ethereum continuing. But what do I know? You know,
Yeah.
you know,
You never know, right?
it's not part of my expectation, but that by no means does it mean it won't happen.
I won't be mad if it does.
Exactly. Yeah, my vision, I've shared you guys before, but my vision is that Bitcoin is going to make it to 53,000 again. And we're all going to talk about how Bitcoin is going to 100. And everyone will be saying, this is like the next big thing. And then 53 will be the top for the last top for Bitcoin until it rolls over into its bear market. And between here and there, this is the retracement period. And the retracement period is usually when altcoins go absolutely ham. And this could be the start of that. Or maybe I'm full of it. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping on. And that's what I'm expecting. And there are analysts that point to that. It's not just me kind of making it up. And I would also say one point that if you guys wonder, like, what's one piece of evidence that you might point to for that thesis, I look at XRP, Litecoin, Tron, Dash. Maybe there's probably others, but those are some really big coins. And EOS is another one. Those are really big coins that have been around for a long time, that have great communities and huge development, and they have not exceeded their previous all-time highs in a significant way. Like XRP is, I think it was at about $1.50, and the previous all-time high is at 392 or 350, depending on what exchange you were on. Litecoin, I think it did 400 is the new top, but let's see, 400 is the new top. That's nothing. Yeah, but before it touched 300, so that's to me, that's not like a whole new bull market right there. This is, in as far as I can imagine, and it's just my guess, this is the beginning of the run for something like Litecoin, and for XRP and EOS and Tron and Dash, because those ones I just mentioned, and lots of other great coins too. I'm not trying to exclude other good coins, but you just look at this. Look at this previous peak. It made it to $1,200 at one point. Are you saying that well, either you'd have to believe that Dash is just a dead project, which, look at this volume, by the way. See all those black candles? That's volume. People are buying this thing and have been since the last bear market began. I don't believe for a second this thing is done. And I think the best coins like this, like Dash, has a great community, lots of development, an interesting use case. It's got the privacy side of it. I think coins like this are going to see an amazing blow off top, and that one hasn't begun to move. Litecoin has moved a little. XRP has moved a little. Dash and other ones, even Tron, I think Tron made it to 10 cents. Previously it made it to 14.5, and recently it made it to 16. But again, I don't even like Tron, but that's neither here nor there. It's like, these are the coins I'm telling you about are meaningful. They've got big development. They've got lots of, like a big community. And so that's what I'm resting my argument on. And I could be wrong, but I've got my chips on the table, and I'm all in on that strategy. And so I'm waiting for that pattern to play out. And if it does, then I'll be doing quite well. And if it doesn't, then I'll wait until the next bull run with absolutely no sense of disappointment. I'll just be here doing what I do. And you know, I'll be ready to hit a massive home run when the next bull run happens. I want to see what Chuny says about that, because Chuny's one of my trader guys. See. Chuny, drop me a comment, and if you were listening to that, I want to see what you have to say about some of that. But while I'm waiting on that, there was a couple other questions. We're seeing early signals. Oh, let's get Schaefer. Isaac said something about regulation. I think we're seeing early signals that the... Can you hear that?
Hello, puppy.
My dog is like yay big. She's adorable and I love her, man. I love her. She's really part of the family, but she drives me crazy. She tries to be a hero and protect us, and it's beautiful. Like, it's the little heart to try, and it's that you know, the evolution in her. You know, she's a dog and she's supposed to protect her family, but she's so useless in that respect, but yet she doesn't know it. So she just howls and barks and chases every visitor. Makes me cuckoo.
Not the size of the dog in the fight.
That's true, man. Very true. Isaac said, I think we're seeing early signals of the US regulations are going to be mild and have net benefit on crypto, making it more legit and more used, increasing demand. And Chuny says yes. He agrees to that and says yes. It makes BTC more attractive to institutional money. Will be a big buying event for BTC. I think those are both interesting. I think that sentiment is interesting, and I agree with it to some extent. But I guess my question would be, I don't really feel like the US, I don't think the US regulatory bodies, the SEC or the Congress, or who is it that covers commodities in, not the SEC covers like equities and stuff, but there's a commodity one, and all of them, I don't think any, by the way, the commodity exchange or whatever they're called says that they should oversee crypto, and the SEC says that they should. Like, even that is indicative of the fact that these guys are clueless. I don't think they're ready to regulate, because I don't think they actually want to regulate, because I think they have enough people in their ear that are probably have a vested interest in getting a significant foothold in this space before clarity comes. And I'm thinking about, you know, big political backers that want to, you know, build out infrastructure within the system, or who want to, you know, invest more in it because they believe in cryptocurrency long term, and because by the way, they know that they have the ear of the powers that be, and they can, you know, facilitate that regulation when they're ready. There's somebody that I used to listen to on YouTube, and they said something like this. It's like the idea of, you know, when we're going to go to the moon. We all want to, you know, our crypto to moon. And the thing is, it's like the metaphor was like a train, and they were talking about it like you know, the train is going to leave the station, like, get on the train. But these guys that I'm talking about are so rich that when the train leaves the station, you know, all they have to do is like radio the conductor, and the train stops and it backs up and it waits for, like, it boards them when they're good and ready. And that's kind of, that metaphor sticks with me because it feels accurate. I think regulation will come when the powers that be and that who, you know, sway elections with investment dollars, when those people are good and ready. And I think there will be a lack of clarity. Maybe there will be some clarity, and that's a good thing, but there will be a lack of clarity until that time. I think even XRP is another example of it, because XRP is being sued right now by the SEC. And the question would be, you know, do you think, maybe you guys don't follow that one very, very closely, but of course I do, because it's one of my major holdings. And I think if you did unpack what's going on there between the SEC and Ripple and the community of XRP holders that are wrapped up in that lawsuit, because they've acquired a lawyer and they have their own representation that's been roped into the conversation, which is really unique. There's no argument really that makes any sense coming out of the SEC. I don't even really think they're giving an argument. They're just saying, you know, it's a security, and they're kind of and they're not really saying anything more or adding anything to that declaration. I feel like they're just trying to throw mud and trying to extract a certain amount of money from Ripple directly. And absolutely, Ripple will pay some money probably because it'll end up in some kind of settlement just to get it done with. And that will provide some clarity to Ripple and therefore to XRP. Maybe there'll be clarity on who can invest in it. Maybe you'll have to be an accredited investor, which in Canada has certain criteria and America has other criteria. You need to have so much money under your portfolio to be accredited. And maybe that's good. In fact, it probably is good in the long run for crypto. To Chuni and to Isaac's point, that kind of adds safety, and people start to begin to feel like, okay, we're putting our money in here is not, the government's not going to try and clamp down on this. I can feel safe with it. But I think that is self-assurance is only going to reach as far as that one crypto at first, because EOS went through this. They paid a fine. Now EOS is safe. XRP is going through it. They're paying a fine, or they will in the near future. And I think they'll be safe after that. Okay. I'll be right there. My little one needs some help, guys. I'll be right back. Jim?
I'll take over.
Yeah, just give me a minute, guys.
Welcome, guys. This is Jim Morgan, H&H, coming at you live from this place. So I don't really know anything about cryptocurrencies at all. So I've just been sitting here being quiet. But I see some stuff about Splinterlands. War Gods over here said he invested some money, but I don't get past the bronze. War Gods, I'm wondering how it is that you've even invested the 250. Getting a few games in every day. You can climb out of bronze, but it really comes down to how you invested. So if you bought like higher level cards, you can't use those necessarily inside of bronze. So what they set it up was you would have to have the summoner leveled, right? And that's also capped for when it comes to all the different leagues. So for bronze, right, you can use level 3 summoner, common, level 2 rares, level 2 epics, and then level 1 legendaries. So if, say, you bought like a level 5 card, you can't use that in bronze.
I'm just hopping in late, but you're answering a question, I take it, hey?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, and Jim, thanks for hopping in there, buddy. My daughter's like, my music's not on. She always has her music at nighttime. Being a dad's awesome. So I don't know. I mean, I think I was done with that comment anyways. I think regulation, it's going to come. It'll come when it comes. In the meantime, I'm not going to be scared away from any sort of crypto investment. I am 100% convinced that crypto is here to stay, that all of the top coins are going to be here to stay. Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS, all those other ones I mentioned before, even if I don't like them or I don't personally use them, they've been around for a number of years and they've survived a bear market. They've got development and they've got community. Crypto is not going to be scared away by regulation, even though regulation is coming and more, and it will be turbulent while it's coming. So yeah, that's all I probably should have. That would be my last remark on that.
Oh man, Isaac's calling you out.
Is it? What do you say?
He said, "I want to challenge you.
Yeah, drop a
Loser,
challenge.
loser has to give away a pack."
Yeah, let's do it. Or Isaac, you pick the. He's like Isaac's like a former professional or like semi-pro collectible card game player. So I've got my work cut out for me, but I'd be happy to give it a shot. Let's do it. We'll send the challenge.
Do you know what he played before?
I think it was Magic.
Oh, nice.
No. It was Hearthstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
right. Maybe he can drop it in the comments, but I'm pretty certain it was Hearthstone.
SPS just hit 1215.
That's awesome.
Apparently.
That's really
Really?
awesome. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously awesome to see. Tomorrow, if it goes down 10% or even 15%, I don't care. I'm here for 4 years down the road. I feel like for the last 4 years, I've been gearing up for 4 years from now. And this is like the middle of the marathon. And I know what's happening, and I'm not, if I have the chance to extract some value in this cycle, if my targets end up reaching where I think they might, I would extract value in preparation for the next run. So it's all just like happening kind of, it doesn't matter if it goes up or down. I'm just like, especially like, I guess I've been, especially since Splinterlands has done what it has done, because to be honest, it has surprised me how rapidly this has moved. Like I said to you guys, I used to play when there was 1 or 2 or 3,000 people. And of course I loved the game and I believed in it. And I understood even then that it was rewarding me in a meaningful way, but that those rewards would not be realized for some time. But I didn't really think it was going to be $100,000 or more, which of course it is now for me. Okay, so I'm going to just assume, let me see, is there a way to, I got my screen share on. He's going to, well, anyways, I'll give it a shot.
You could always change the scene.
No, if I change I guess I could, you're right, but no, it's okay. I assume he's going to be focusing on creating, he's probably his thing up. He's got his own window open. Okay, this one's for a pack.
Oh, man.
TNA 3. Isaac's the leader of TNA 3, our newest expansion. I should shout out TNA 3. TNA Legion is our new acronym, our new title, and we're going to do several legions. And man, we even have ideas for like really cool banner artwork, like Roman Legion banner artwork, with one of my good buddies, King Arminius, who's also in the guild. He's a professional artist. He crafted the Time and Attention logo that you guys know from my channel. And by the way, guys, tomorrow afternoon, I've got a special event with Ashley, NFT Games, Game Boy Ali, and Jim here. We're gonna do a reveal, we're gonna be exposed to some really new cool Splinterlands artwork that I'm gonna be seeing for the first time, that we're all gonna be seeing for the first time. So I can't wait to get into that. It'll be a fun video tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it.
I was actually going to ask you when that was, so
Tomorrow.
that clears that up.
Yeah, tomorrow at 3:30. Bossy J's dropping the. Nice, he's here too.
Oh, 3:30. Oh, that's 3:30 your time. Oh no.
Is it no good?
I need to double check, but
Okay.
I'm fairly certain that it's not good for me.
Mm-hmm.
But oh well, what are you gonna do?
I gotta think here. Give me a second.
Oh, mana silver. So in case Isaac's here, we're gonna play Kitty.
Hmm. This is like this is classic Cunningham, by the way. Just like absolute last second.
I'm like, I don't even want to talk until you just lock it in.
Me too, dude.
Highest level. Highest level.
Spineback turtle. I got the opportunity monster. I have 2 thorns, right? It was just my summoner who doesn't drop the, but yes. So I've got 2 different thorn abilities. Now, I was hoping he'd try an opportunity play, so I'm in trouble. But maybe my sneak can get through and then finish. But even if it does, probably by that point my turtle's down. Eesh, I think this is probably, if my enchanted was here, maybe I might win. I feel like I'm not gonna win, but maybe the thorn is enough. I'm gonna be doing 4 damage. He's got the double heal though. And then,
Oh man, he did you dirty.
yeah. And now he's going to self-heal through my, even though I took down the healer, he's going to self-heal through, and I can't kill him fast enough with this guy. Now I am going to be doing 4 damage with this guy, but I only get 3 hits. It might be enough. Watch.
Also, the dodge might be good.
No, not quite good enough. Dang. Nice. Well done, my friend. And I'm gonna accept this from Saucy, and then I'm gonna drop a Nightbot giveaway here, guys. So if you don't have a comment in, get to the comment. Saucy wants a piece of me.
That match was rigged.
Come on, buddy. It's like WWF. You gotta like ham it up a little, and then somebody wins, and the good guy wins, and the bad guy loses. So the Saucy Squad, nice. I didn't know he had his own guild. Okay, keep your distance. Okay, think this through.
It looks like we play Grum.
Mm-hmm. Where are we? Okay, so we're playing in silver. That's the other thing. When I receive challenges, I get an invitation to play at whatever level. And I'm very used to playing at gold, and I know the abilities at gold and diamond. Let's see. Try. Okay, definitely that. Maybe. What do you think, Jim?
Oh, shit.
Nah, no, I don't think so, because it's too. There's not enough. Because of this.
I don't know. I kind of like white, honestly.
I know,
like white.
For the reason that you're thinking, I agree. I know what you're thinking, and
yeah.
I think I might do that. I'm just try. Let's see this. I'm gonna try something a little off the wall here. Oh yeah, no melee. Eesh. No. You're right, we gotta do it. The quick through.
Yep.
Boom. Boom.
Oh, all right. We were thinking differently, but still kind of the same.
I'm not done yet. Because
Yeah, good choice. Good choice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And I put the big man in the back for the. I don't know if he gets last stand at this level. Oh, look at Saucy breaking out the scarred llama.
We're fine though. We're fine. You can still blow him up.
Yeah, and it's weak magic. So my weak magic, the weak magic will bounce. My armor will help me through the weak magic.
Yeah.
And I got my my halfling too. This was it. Llama today was somebody. Yeah, Llama today was covering this. Guys, you got to go watch that video from Llama. It's so good. And shout out to Crypto Llama. Did you see it, Jim?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
After this battle, I I want to go at least point out. I'm gonna go to his channel. I'm gonna point out what the video was. Look at that, the halving. Oh, but he gets the cleanse. I forgot about the cleanse.
The cleanse. I forgot about that.
Oh, and
that
then he missed. Yeah, I'm gonna get a last stand too, but it's not good enough because he's gonna just slowly chip all my guys, and then he's got the repair and the cleanse. So, but I do love this guy with the look at he goes up with the 5. But it's not enough.
Unfortunately,
He's healing 5. Look at this
if
guy.
he had a repair behind that dude, it would have been well, it still would have gone into fatigue and you would have lost. But
Saucy threw like $10,000 worth of cards at me though, so I mean, I guess that makes it. Okay, good game, Saucy. Good game, Isaac. I'm gonna draw for the first giveaway, and I'm gonna give away one from Saucy too, because Saucy beat me. So here we go. Junie takes the first one. That's awesome. I love it. Junie. And then I'm gonna pop over to Crypto Llama's channel because I wanna point that thing out. It was a great video. I tried to invite him to come on tonight because I wanted to talk to him about it. But he was busy.
I hate that so like when I came on to the stream with you, I saw I had a notification on YouTube and it's like, oh, Dwayne had a video 7 hours ago. I'm like, why did I miss this? I hate like being behind on videos.
Today I did a weird schedule because I'm still trying to figure out usually what I do is I do 5:30 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, so I guess 7:30 a.m. your time, and then I do Llama. Do you guys know Uncle Roger? He's so friggin' funny.
Oh, Mr. Rogers.
No, Uncle Roger. He's a YouTuber. He's really funny. But anyways, I'm getting distracted. Crypto Llama, amazing. Is this the one right here? Earn more rewards. This is it from a day ago. It's amazing. Look at that. It's already got over 1,000 views. It's only 6 minutes long. It's a great video. And he talks about the Halfling Alchemist in there. He talks about what I did the video this morning or this afternoon about with from last night, Jim, where we were talking about, remember Ashley was talking about the the old archery units.
Low level one.
The old archery units.
Yeah.
And so I clipped that and I put it, that was my afternoon episode you missed. But man, there are so many good cards here that are old, that are alpha, that are beta, that are gonna be game changers for success in the wild. And it's strange that he put out a video talking about something. It's not exactly isolated to that concept, but it is talking about that and about the bonuses you get from alphas and betas. Great video, guys. You got to check that one out.
Saber Shark to go with the Pellicore Bandit with the Demented Shark. Ooh.
Saber.
Sign me up.
Let me think that through. So those are all blue, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Saber, yeah, Saber Shark with the Pellicore. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're identical too. Like this shark is like identical to the modern the sneak attack guy you're referencing. They're except for the one has flight.
Where is he? He's literally like the cheapest card.
Is he? Oh, he's a reward, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this guy is exactly like the Saber Shark, except it has flight. And you can do a really crazy sneak attack play with the blue team these days.
Pretty much stealing the double or triple sneak comp from white.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that they would use with the cat, the double attacker, and then that neutral card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if YouTube approves of me like strolling through the YouTube window while other people. I don't know like what the policy is on this, but I want to show you guys Mr. Nigel NG. This is the guy here on the left. He's a comedian. He does like food reviews, and they are friggin' hilarious.
I don't think they have a problem because there's other YouTubers out there that do like reaction videos to other people's stuff.
Good point.
So
Good point. I'm going to drop another giveaway. So I hope you guys did a little comment. Junie, I appreciate you, my dude. And Jerrio's got the other one. Jerrio, let me know. I think it's Jerrio2016, but I don't want to, you tell me.
I'd assume so, since it says Splinterlands at Jerio.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to know for sure.
Yeah. A couple people the other day, I did a giveaway and I was like, it's actually someone who there were two people that I knew their names, their in-game name, and I didn't give them the, how sometimes I give 100 EC or give some sort of thank you at the end of answering a question. Yeah. I didn't, because even though I knew who it was, because I need everyone to drop their in-game name during their comment. Otherwise, people are going to start to feel like, oh, Dwayne knows, and I can't possibly know 6,000 of them. So it's going to keep me sane if everybody just drops their in-game name when they leave the comment, and then I can do it that way. Thanks for supporting the channel, you two. I give double, so all of my members know, my YouTube members, I give my YouTube members double luck when I do these giveaways. So that's partly why Chuni and Jirio got those ones there.
Double luck. I haven't won anything.
Have you not?
No. Then again, if I did win it, I would just be like, give it to someone else. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad I haven't won.
Gonna be my new thing. Isaac says that's gonna be my new thing. I'm just gonna react to Dwayne's videos. Thank you, Dwayne.
Oh man, I should do that too, especially on ones I'm in. Be like, man, this gym guy's smart.
I watch a lot of reaction videos. Do you on YouTube?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I like. I don't know what kind of music everybody's into, but I wonder what you guys. You know what? I want to ask. I'm going to ask. I want you to tell me what sort of music you think I listen to. Let's see. Can I? I would
either first or last.
I would love to see what this is. If I get anything, give it to my field DNA. Nice. I want to see. Do you guys think? I really want to know what you guys like assume of me. What kind of music do I like?
Christian death metal.
That exists.
I know it does.
One of my good buddies, James, if you're watching this, he loves Christian death metal. I can't handle death metal at all. I mean, the closest thing I like to that world is like old school Metallica, and I like that a lot, but that's not my thing. EDM, I do like some EDM, but let's see. Rave, not so much. Jerio says I like rock. My dad grew up and he raised me to love rock, and there's some classic rock artists that I associate with him, and they're amazing. I still love them to this day, but not so much. Dubstep, Sirius XMU is a great source for new independent. Absolutely, my dude, totally. I listen to Spotify a lot of the time, and I'll just turn on a genre and let it throw me something, which is cool because you get experience on something else, Harry Manilow and Luke. CCR, Chuny, you know it, buddy. CCR, honestly, that's one of the bands my dad raised me on. House music, I grew up, when I was in college, I listened to a lot of house music. 80s music, yes, I do like kind of like synth type, pop stuff. Chill, techno, punk, Chainbreaker. No, I'm like a big rap guy. I'm a hip hop guy. Rap metal, I like some rap metal. I do like everything, but I'm gypsy punk. I love the breadth of guesses, and no one said really hip hop. I'm a huge hip hop fan, and I love watching. Listening to hip hop very regularly, and usually I listen to certain artists that are like Christian hip hop artists. But I think most of the time, like half the songs, you wouldn't really even know that they are Christian. It's not exactly, Bible verse. It's just really great music, but it's often cleaner. There's not going to be necessarily, it's not money, 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 hose, 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 which I can't stand. I grew up listening to that stuff, and I thought it was so cool. But, you know, today, you know, at 41 years old, I'm just like, no, man, it's like junk food for my mind, and I don't want it.
Who is Tupac?
Tales from the Cryptomancer in the house. Nice.
Seriously. Yeah. When they were doing all the guesses, I'm like, oh yeah, I listened to that and that and that. Yeah, that one too.
What are a couple of your favorites? Machine Gun Kelly is awesome.
Anya
is amazing.
I've noticed recently I like a lot of lo-fi stuff.
Me too.
Especially like older song lo-fis.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to who did the jet plane song? Was that Neil Young?
Going on a jet plane? Going. I'm not. I might know what you mean, but I can't conjure it.
Leaving on a jet plane.
I'm leaving.
Paul and Mary.
On a jet plane.
I think this is it. Yeah, I've been listening to like a remix version of it, and it's lo-fi. The song's just always stuck in my head now.
Nice. Ame1T said, "Oh, that's a banger. Money, money, money. Hose, hose, hose." Dude, seriously though, that's what most hip hop is, and you know, all mainstream hip hop is just, you know, in my opinion, just void of thought and meaning. But I listen to, you know, listen to people like NF and Lecrae and who else do I like? Oh man, I'm gonna take that. I'll take Herzog up again, but give me a second here. Spotify. Let's see.
Yeah, it's John Denver. My bad. Yeah, John Denver.
This is the workout list I created, and I'm still working on it. But like Tom McDonald, NF, and oh man, I've only just started it, but Machine Gun Kelly is really awesome. Who else do I like? I just discovered a new hip hop artist today. There's a bunch of different artists under a label called, what's Propaganda's label?
I know why Neil Young was in my head, because he got upset at Joe Rogan on Spotify. That's why I was thinking Neil Young. But yeah, it's John Denver.
I like Neil Young, but that whole thing was a debacle, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a lot of hip hop, I brought this up because of the reaction videos, and that's like I'll watch my favorite songs and I'll watch artists. There's something about watching someone experience what you love, and I wonder if you guys agree with me on this. And Jim, you tell me. If I love a movie and we're good buddies, I'm gonna want you to watch that. It's important to me that you watch that. Do you feel that way, or is that just me?
Yeah, for sure. Like, especially when you tell someone about it, they're like, I've never heard of this movie, and you're like, you have to watch this movie. Mm-hmm. You know, you're so emotionally invested into it. Mm-hmm. And especially if it's one of your all-time favorites. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely want to have people in your life checking it out.
Yeah, agree. I'm bringing out the big guns, Isaac.
Oh, real quick. So when Tim Pool posted a video about the Neil Young thing,
yep.
Right?
Yep.
In my head, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I hope Neil Young will remember a Southern man don't need him around anyhow. Right?
Yeah.
From Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
And so I go into the video, I go to the comments, and of course I see multiple people already posted it. I'm like, no.
That happens to me sometimes, where I'm like, I get a joke in my head, or like I have some sort of like quick little comment that I want to contribute, and then somebody's already on it.
Yeah.
The internet is the collective power of the internet is too vast for your puny brain to operate quicker, and mine too, by the way. You know what I mean? We're just, even if you're quick, it's quicker.
Yeah. I can't be like, having notifications of all videos, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this is a little trick. If you don't, you should. I watch most of my YouTube on 1.5 to 2 times speed because I want to take it in. I do, but who cares? Just I can still do it at that faster speed. My wife hates it. If she hears it, it's like she thinks it's, I don't know, it drives her crazy. She can't process it or something. But I always do that. Let's see what Isaac gets here. Oh, he's dead.
Question from Jed.
Look at this guy over here with his taunt. How dare you? I've got my own taunt, but it's more problematically placed. It's funny that he put it here because I did that video like maybe a few weeks ago where I was like, your taunt should go in the back line, and I've got and not in the front position, which is exactly what I've done. But I think I'm gonna be okay because he doesn't have the force field at this level, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of damage. But then again, maybe not, because I don't know where that chaos dragon's gonna land, and I also don't know who the dragon jumper is gonna necessarily shoot. Probably the Merdali. Oh no, I guess he'll go brood. I guess everyone's gonna go brood. Does the chaos dragon shoot the taunt or no?
Oh, so scatter will hit anyone.
Okay, cool. What do you think's gonna happen?
Yours has blast.
What do you think? Yeah.
I think the blast on from your monster is gonna be really important.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't have blast. Plus, I've got the tank heal. I've got the speed and the heal, so I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I sold 1,700 Chaos Legion packs today, guys, and I put it into Hive because I just have a feeling, and this is totally, I can't give you any real reason for this, but I just think Hive is going to go up, and I think it's going to go to like $5 or something. And I'm holding it at 1, so I'm just like, I don't know, it's a gamble. But remember, this is not me giving you advice. It's me saying I sold 90 plots of land, and they were a great deal. So I'm willing to gamble a little. Nah, this one's over. Nice one, Isaac. I got too much power, man. I've got like, you got 50,000 power. I've got 1.9 million. So that wasn't. We got to do one more tiebreaker, though.
Not to mention, blast is so powerful.
Yeah. There was 2 great questions that came before. Remember, Jim, I really wanted to get to one of those, but you know what? Maybe if push comes to shove, that can be its own video. We got lots of talk in the chat. If you guys have any questions, you let me know. I see one here from Jed. Hi, 12. Purchase summoners and then rent monsters, question, or buy monsters and then rent summoners. Second option seems easier. Do you? I'd like to hear your thoughts. That's interesting. So if you were to buy monsters, they're cheaper, generally speaking, right, than summoners are ever going to be. And I think you can get, they're usually, the summoners are a, I think this a lot. Summoners are a bottleneck to the Splinterlands experience. If you want to play this game, you need high level summoners, or at least, leveled up summoners. And everyone needs them. Not everyone needs the Kraken or, pick your tank, right? You can do without a water team, you can do without a green team, but if you want to level up in this game, you absolutely need higher level summoners, which to me means that they are always going to be that point, that bottleneck of the game for your finances. We all have to funnel through it, and therefore there's going to be price appreciation on those more rapidly in some sense. And for that reason, I do think you should sort your summoners, especially at a time like this, when a new expansion has been released that has a bunch of new liquidity that's flooding into the market. Now, that's why. It's not because you're wrong. I do think you're right in the sense that if you sort out your monsters, that would be easier. If you could only do one or the other, sorting out your monsters would, your question was, would that be easier? Yes, it would, because you got, you're going to need probably 40 monsters to have a deck, and you only need what, three summoners. So it'd be really easy to rent 3 summoners. It would take, a minute or two, and it would take maybe an hour or two to actively, and every single season or every single day, rent 40 monsters. And then you're gonna, sometimes they're not going to be available, and sometimes the prices are going to fluctuate. It's going to be a pain in your rear. So I would say it is easier to to buy the monsters and rent the summoners. But I think if you're in the game for the long haul, and if you see what I see, you're going to want to sort out your summoners at a time like this, when the game happens to be suppressed due to the excess liquidity that's available in a moment like this with Chaos Legion being launched. And if you doubt what I'm saying, just remember a couple months ago, before Chaos Legion launched, what happened with card prices. And that's what will happen again when Chaos Legion is no longer available and Rift Watcher is no longer available. So I guess you have to wrestle with that first. And then if you agree, or if you agree with me that Chaos Legion and Rift Watchers will sell out within the next 6 months, then I think you probably should prepare your summoners before then. And that would be maybe the way I would think of that through. Jim, do you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so like you were saying, before Chaos Legion came out, prices of cards were absolutely ridiculous. Same thing with the token prices, right? DEC was nearly 3 to 4 times the price. SPS was floating around like 60 to 80. I think it even hit $1 for a little bit. And cards are just going to go up. Although, I think it really depends on when Chaos Legion sells out. So, if say it sells out a month before Rift Watchers comes out, which should be around June, July time, I don't know if prices will go as crazy, because then people are going to want to start preparing for Rift Watchers.
Mm-hmm.
But we do know that Aggro stated that he wants, and this was also backed by Hardpoint, that they want to use vouchers for every single pack of Rift Watchers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be with SPS. But also with that point is, if SPS increases in price, because it most likely is, of everyone wanting to get, if people are wanting to get Rift Watchers,
Mm-hmm.
well then card prices and DEC also goes along with it. Man.
Hive's up to $1.16 right now, dude. This is exciting to watch. Were you done there, Jim? I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I was pretty much done. Just a little market watch analysis.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's really, these are hard topics to tackle and to wade through. And I don't think he would be, let's say, disappointed if he sorted out his monsters and then just rented the summoners. I have friends who do that. Yeah. It is easy in some sense. And there's a lot of question marks around when will Chaos Legion sell out, and when will Rift Watchers sell out, and then what's going to happen to SPS, and like you just said with DEC at that time when Rift Watchers is launched, and all of that. There's so many ripples that it's going to be hard to anticipate the end result. I think, like the 6-month result, but I just think summoners are a bottleneck, and I think it makes so much sense to sort out your summoners and then figure out your monsters later. Or even rather than that, I would probably say do a little of both. If you feel like you have $200, can't you get maybe a level 2 of 1 or 2 summoners, and then maybe some monsters, or level 3 of 1 summoner and some monsters? I feel like maybe just start sorting out 1 splinter. Yeah, I think that's what I would say.
It's so difficult, because it's like, all right, well, if you're gonna play in bronze, well, we always recommend that you get to silver. So if you're planning on playing in silver, we know it goes 5, 4, 3, 2 down the line in terms of rarity and max level. But rather than buying like 25 copies of something, I think for rare to go to level 4, you can buy 5 copies and go to level 2 and max out your cards for bronze, but play inside silver. And you'll still climb really decently. And you're saving like at least half price, not maxing out all your cards.
Yeah, you don't need max cards for a level. Like just because 5, 4, 3, 2, like you're saying, doesn't mean you need 5, 4, 3, 2, right? For silver. And same with gold. I was talking to Chuny today. If you've got level 4 or 5 summoners and you want to make it to gold and you've got 200,000 power, you're going to be just fine. Because gold is 100,000 power. And you know, even if you have like 70,000 power, I know lots of people who can climb into this rating bracket with 70,000 power. Now they won't get the rewards, but they'll win that much.
Yeah.
And that's why, and maybe I'll do a plug here too, guys. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you should. This is it. Time N attention, just the letter N. The reason I'm bringing it up right now is because at the end of every season, I borrow hundreds of thousands of collection power for free. And all I do is I just tweet some beast mode photo like this one here and just send out some power. You know, I just say, drop a comment. Where was the last one? Yeah, I just say, drop a comment, retweet, like, follow, and tell me how much power you need. And I'm not promising you I'm going to cover you. But, you know, I gave out 300,000 power this season, and I think 200 the season before and 300 the season before that. So, you know, I can help you finish that. Like if you're climbing, if your rank is much higher than your power collection, you know, come see me and we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can help you out next time. Look at this guy. I just bought this one today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, 300. I think it was $200.
Holy cow.
My Explorer. Look at this history right now. 5 hours ago, like 23, 16, 21, 53, 180, 226. It's all today, like $400 and $500 ish. But I just can't stop myself, man. These prices are crazy. And look at this purchase, actually. This is tomorrow morning. I've got a video. I'm going to talk more about betas and alphas, which is, it's partially connected to what I talked about with Crypto Llama's video. So make sure you go watch his 5-minute, 6-minute video I shouted out earlier. But the power on these things, I mean, not the collection power, I mean the utility. They're gonna, cards like this, which is the Divine Healer for the white team, which has tank heal at the first level, and it's an alpha. It's gonna create win opportunities for you in the wild. To me, this is like my next fixation where I'm just like, I need to get more prepared. I need to have like more of certain key cards that are being slept on relative to other assets. And one of them was this one, the Peaceful Giant I just showed you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. And I'm tomorrow morning at 5:30, I'm doing a video talking about this. But I want you to think about what this card offers and what other cards are like it. And just look at the price tag available out there and just ask yourself, is it reasonable considering, does the price make sense? I think the value is big on this guy, particularly when you start to do comparables. And if like, I won't say anything more because I don't want to totally take this wind out of my sails for my video tomorrow, but I've been doing a lot of buying because I think there's a lot of very affordable cards out there that need, look at this one over here. Where was it? I bought a bunch of these guys. These were free. Like you guys maybe saw the video.
Oh my god.
These were the ones that were, this was only the same price as the regular foil. Why would it be the same price? it's a gold foil. It has bonuses. So of course, like if you got the money, you gotta pull the trigger on these deals. It's like, and I bought tons of these guys. The Renova, 1, 2, where are they? Bought like 10 of them in a row or something. I don't know where it went, but so I've been a busy bee. Oh, here they are. All this $15, $16 ones are all Gin Renovas. And then this was a Quicks, gold foil. Oh man, there's just so many good cards. And that's why
I hate seeing deals and then I'm like, I can't pass this up.
Yeah. The fact that I just saw that Gin Renova makes me want to talk about carry cards. There was a question from my comment section on my channel. I'm trying to hang on a second. But all I own are Chaos Legion cards. What cards do you think I need? Okay, great. So MMCXOR asked a question that's related to something I want to talk about. So I'm going to get into it. The question was this. Hey 12, I'm trying to finish at the top 30 of end of season in gold. Top 30, okay. I have gold level deck at max for fire, water, death, dragon, and neutral. First of all, that's really great, man. Good for you. That's a good deck. He says, but all I own are Chaos Legion cards. What cards do you think I still need? So this bleeds into a topic which was on my questions from my channel. I don't have it up anymore. I can't see who it was that asked it. But there was a question from somebody, and he was asking me, he's heard me talk about this idea of carry cards. And the way I talk about it, you guys probably already know, but I think there are three really there's 4 classifications of cards in this game. There's summoners, there's tanks, there's carry cards, and there's supports. That's the way I look at it. And I think you need to sort out your summoners first. And then I think you need to get your tanks together. And sometimes tanks are carry cards, but not always. Then you need your carry cards. And then you like supports are your least, they're the least concerning or compelling because they aren't going to win. They will decide victory they will turn a defeat into victory in certain situations. But the carry cards and the tanks and the summoners that's the foundation. And your support is the icing on the cake that's going to get you, more percentage of victory, a better win rate. So what's a carry card though? And the easiest way that I want to answer it in light of MMC's question, because I think if you only have a Chaos Legion deck and you have none of the old cards, then what you're lacking is some of the old carry cards. You're going to be lacking, like I pointed out with Jim in that video today, you're going to be lacking some betas, some alphas, some promos, some reward cards that are not included and that are very pivotal. And depending on which teams did he say he was interested in? He said he's got fire, water, death, dragon, neutral. Fire, water, death, dragon, neutral.
Life and green.
Was there a life?
No, I was saying that's what he's missing right now.
Gotcha. So fire. So what I would do in your situation is I would come into the market and I would look at alphas and betas and promos, and I would specifically go through the lowest cards, the cheapest cards, and ask myself, would one of these, and of course you're just going to look at the decks you're interested in: fire, water, death, and dragon, and neutral. And then you're going to just ask yourself, are any of these really pivotal? I think the Giant Rock is a really strong card, especially considering its 40-cent cost and considering Tarsa with the one, because the Giant Rock has 2 weaknesses. The first is that it doesn't do a ton of damage. At gold, it does 2. Right? Yeah, at gold, it does 2 or 3, because you can get it all the way. In gold, I think you go to 6 in gold. I actually forget with commons.
Yeah, six is gold, but it goes to 8.
Okay. So you can get it all the way up to 3 melee then. But 5 hearts. I would say the weakness for this thing is that it's 3 is still not super huge damage, and 5 is really like a small amount of hit points. But Tarsa is going to amplify both of those, making this, I think this is a really great pair with Tarsa. And it's got trample, which goes really well with Magnor, which is an untamed monster, but you might not have because you said you only have Chaos Legion. But Magnor is a very powerful monster with this one because they both have trample, and so if one doesn't get the kill, the other will, and then you have that opportunity to really take advantage of that snowballing melee damage. So this is a card I would strongly consider, especially because of the price point. You can get $1, like level 8 right there for $99. This is a really good card for $99. This card is so fast, and again, the price is reasonable. You got the reach and the thorn, so it's a secondary position. Look at the 6 speed. 6 speed is so fast. Behind the Nightmare, this is like an awesome 1-2 punch with the well, maybe you don't have the Nightmare because that's a modern, or that's an older reward card. But I think if you're rocking the Death Splinter, you should have they lend themselves to speed. I think you need a Nightmare. That's a card you're gonna want, and I would recommend maybe taking a look at the Spineback Wolf. Like Jim said earlier, this is a very powerful card for the blue team to really triple down on that sneak play. Saber Shark is so great. Maybe Jim, I'm gonna take a breath. You got any thoughts on older cards for these splinters? What something you're seeing here, or that you personally want to you're thinking about?
No, I'm pretty much always looking at this card's prices. Lord of Darkness.
Okay, let's have
Lord
a peek.
of Darkness recently had a 3 BCX. It was for like maybe around $100 per BCX. And then there's 2 at 118 or 119. And so you were able to get this guy very recently for gold less than $500.
Yeah.
Which level 3 at that price point when the next one is 700. And then it was also like you were able to find some other ones that were like 800 as well. I mean, Lord of Darkness is a little pricey.
Sure. But
you were saying, oh no, you were saying Nightmare. Never mind.
it's a carry card though. And to your, it's an absolute, so what I was talking about a minute ago wasn't really carry cards. I was talking about good quality cards that will add deep, like new utility to your deck. And I'm always thinking frugally when I do that. That's why I start at the bottom of the price point. But those aren't exactly carry cards. What I mean when I say carry cards is what Jim just said. Lord of Darkness, a card that by itself wins. Like it.
And a tank.
Yeah, exactly. It is a tank. It is a carry card. If that's the only card you play, you have a good chance of winning. Like if in a 12 mana match, this card wins by itself sometimes, or maybe you give it a shadowy presence or a creeping ooze in the background, but it's literally doing all the damage by itself in that context. And cards like Lord of Darkness, here's what I mean when I say carry cards. I mean legendaries and epics, because neither legendaries nor epics are ever included in starter packs. So when you play newer players that don't yet have a fully developed deck, they're often going to lack legendaries and epics. That's the first thing. That's the first reason why these are often carry cards. The second reason that they're often carry cards is because they usually are big enough with enough hit points and damage output that they can by themselves be the game decider. What usually it requires is that they are either melee or magic. They can be archery, but they need to have close range, because I don't consider a card a carry card if it needs to sit behind a tank. That's not a carry card. It's a great support card. Maybe like, for instance,
or a damage dealer.
Yeah, it can be a great damage dealer or a great support card. There's some amazing art, even the new Lyra, which me and Jim both love from the Chaos Legion.
She's
Uh,
strong.
yeah, amazing. But you know, if it makes it to the first position, it's useless, and so it's not a carry card, even though it's really good. But Zyvax, maybe you could say he's carry, although he's too vulnerable, so I don't love him. Same with Ifrit. Of course, these ones with the recharge are so devastating, but only firing every other round. It's, to me, cards with the recharge are awesome when there's a high mana match. They're not going to win you by themselves, except for maybe Uriel, who has that self heal.
Yeah, that's a different story though.
And he's the carry card for that
Yep.
reason.
He's a carry card. He's a tank.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Chaos Dragon's a carry card, but let's take a step back away because he says he has all the Chaos Legion. So I'm gonna pull back from Chaos Legion, and I want to look at. Let's just try and find a few from the decks he said: Fire, Water, Death, Dragon, and Neutral. And these are from Alpha, Beta, and Promo. And again, that's because I want to complement what he already has and give him opportunities to win in the wild, because that's where I think the real money is going to be at. These are all expensive is the problem. But sometimes, especially when you're talking epic, or legendary, it can be really worth it. Like, well, look at this for a second here. Hang on a second.
You could also bring in Untamed and Dice.
Is Untamed not included with the...
What's up?
Untamed would be included with the starter pack, I guess, but only the level 1s would be.
Yeah, but again, it's not epics and rare legendaries.
You're right. You're totally right. Yep. So you're right. I'm gonna add that in there.
Darkest Mage, man, that's just a really good card.
Darkest Mage is amazing, especially for that's the 2 mana cost one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super good.
Affliction.
Okay, let's just start at the very bottom. Okay. So this card is awesome, the Goblin Fire Mage, and it has Dispel and Blind, and it does. Now, only at gold, you're gonna see. You're at gold. Jim, what is it? What's the limit on Epic for gold?
Oh, it's 8653, so 5.
Okay, so you're gonna get Blind, which is one of the most pivotal abilities for building a team that is elusive. I love this card. With the 2 magic and the 4 mana, I love it. It's not exactly a carry card, but it's for this price point. Again, this is a support monster, but it's a really great one. This one might be too much money, but it's so good with the blast and the Gorladon. If you don't have Gorladon, you should.
There it is. I was about to say, I'm like, oh man, he just passed up like his favorite card.
Yeah. Yeah, so absolutely so devastating, and especially at you said 5. 5 goes up to 5.
Yeah. Oh, he's a monster in gold.
Yeah, man. Enrage makes this thing crazy broken. So yes, it's expensive, but honestly, it could be way more expensive. And right here, 5 BCX for $7 each. That's a good deal. $35 right there. That's gonna put you, a good chunk of the way up to the True Strike. You need at least the True Strike because he's too slow.
Mm-hmm.
I would say get it all the way to the Enrage.
Storm, another one of my favorite cards, but again, that's a damage dealer support.
Which one?
Soulstorm.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. At every level.
Yeah, it's really strong.
3 archery damage at the level 1 is bananas. War Chang is definitely this is something you might not call it a carry card, but it's absolutely in certain situations a game changer, especially where melee from any position, because you drop that in the very back. It's got Retaliate. It can protect the rear with the Retaliate. It's going to be doing archery and melee in those situations because, again, you're using it where it's equal opportunity or super sneak or whatever the other one is. There's 3 different rule sets that allow melee to attack from any position. So War Chang is one that you should have at least one BCX of. And I would argue it's worth splurging on to get up to where it can get trample at least. This one's so good.
I don't think I've ever looked into that guy.
Look at this: piercing, enrage, shield. It when it goes into enrage and you add some inspire and the piercing with it, damage is amazing. But if you don't have piercing, you're just gonna hit one shield and it all evaporates. But
man, this guy with Tarsa looks nice.
Yeah, this guy with Last Stand with I've seen it be with Kron, or sorry, with Scarred Llama, and it's not one of the best ones, but anything,
it's a lot of damage.
It is, yeah. Now we're starting to get a little like really expensive, so I guess I would be reluctant, but you could come in and get one BCX of something like this, $66 for the Halfling Alchemist, but it's got the halving, and this is Crypto Llama's point. That's it. That is the only card that has halving, and it cuts your opponent's melee in half. It doesn't matter that it only has one BCX. Yes, you would love it to be 2 archery damage and faster, but 1 is fine. Yeah, and there's tons more, but all of these cards are amazing. The question is, how much money do you want to spend? Which splinter is your ace? I wouldn't be looking to buy all of these monsters for all of these splinters. I would be like, which one's my ace? That team, I want to get a few of these for it, and then start there. Magnor is probably one I would get if you don't already have, even though it's so expensive. That, like I said, if you can get it up to the trample, is just in conjunction with the bird that I showed you earlier. Awesome. Okay, that was a long question, and there's more that we could say for sure, but I would want to leave it by saying you need to now take that sort of thinking and decide for yourself which team is your ace and how much is your budget, and then explore the market at that time looking for that specific splinter, because every day there's going to be a different price point on all of these monsters, and maybe today it's reasonable and tomorrow it's not.
Have you thought about doing a tier list video?
Ooh, good idea.
Of just first starting with Chaos Legion and have all the cards for and then do it by color, of course.
And then just like S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and these cards fall into this category, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that. I watched, oh man, there's so many good. I don't know about you guys, but like I'm on YouTube or Spotify pretty well all day long, and I'm learning about like Diablo. I'm learning about like building, like carpentry. I'm learning about, being a better man. I'm like, what else am I learning? I'm learning about Christianity. I'm learning about politics and economics. Like, it's so crazy how much access to information we have in 2022, or, even the last 5-6 years with I guess the ubiquity of YouTube and Spotify, don't you think? Isn't it just crazy?
Yeah. I'm on YouTube so much.
Is that your go-to for entertainment or what?
Pretty much, yeah. It used to be Twitch, but I just fell off of live streams, and then because YouTube is just like, well, I can pause it and then come back to it later, and then it's also a lot easier to continue down that line of that person's videos. If they're not live streaming and they don't have VOD set up on Twitch, well, you can't rewatch one of their previous things.
Do some people not do that? They don't set up the VODs?
Yeah. A lot of people changed it when there was a lot of the copyright strikes going on.
Huh.
and then people were still getting copyright strikes because their VODs weren't on Twitch necessarily, but it was a part of an archive that people could access. And then they were still getting copyright strikes, even though they didn't have any VODs.
I'm super interested in that. So like on Twitch, is that why on Twitch people just drop any kind of music in the background? Like you can just run, can you just play any music, copyright or not, because you're not recording it, you're just streaming? Is that a thing on Twitch?
It is a thing, but if the VOD does take over, and I guess it's more so if it's a big Twitch or YouTuber on there,
Mm-hmm.
they will get like some form of punishment for it.
Gotcha.
If it's like one of the smaller people, they won't really care.
Gotcha.
And then they'll just mute their VOD if that's what there is.
Mm.
But yeah, I tend to go for YouTube over Twitch.
I haven't messed around, as you know, Jim. I haven't messed around with Twitch at all yet, but I'm gonna start streaming on there. So probably everyone here knows, but we're gonna be doing the Splinterlands TV on like through Splinterlands. We will both be streaming on their channel, and I'm gonna be doing this time slot on Friday nights for 2 hours. Moving forward. Now, I think we're still a couple weeks away or whatever, but that's coming, and I plan to do other things now moving forward on Twitch also, but I need to figure out what's going on with life and work. I'm exploring some stuff, and I just need to see how this is, but I've got a vision to grow that. So, we'll see. Maybe I'll be needing to pick your brain a little bit about that, buddy, because I know your number grew a lot the other day. So are you still growing? Like, what's going on over on Twitch for you?
Well, Twitch, I've actually had like over 300 followers for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think between 3 and 350, because I used to play a lot of MMOs on there, and I had a decent following. So it's just then I stopped because I wasn't doing the YouTube stuff for MMOs anymore, and then Hobbies and Happiness became a thing. So I was then working on that stuff. So
cool.
Yeah.
These three are support monsters that I play all the time. Undead Priest, Darkest Mage, Life Sapper. How are they supports? Undead Priest is doing Weaken and Slow. Darkest Mage is doing Affliction and... is that it? Affliction and...
Darkest Mage. And then I think later on it gets a press?
Yeah, it gets something else at the highest levels, but Affliction is a very significant support ability. Life Sapper... Life Sapper is just a vampire, just a life leech, but for 3 mana and the 2 magic, and the life leech can be something that allows it to stay alive longer, even if it's being chip damaged by a sneak attacker or something like this. And so as a result, I think of it in the support class. It's not exactly what I would call a DPS, because a DPS is something you're solely focused on, its damage output. Oh crap! I'm totally running out of time.
Oh.
And can I get one more? Let's put him back there. Go.
Okay. What? Oh, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. What happened?
I just was like...
Oh, in your game. Okay, yeah. I thought you were saying like we were running out of time for the live stream.
No, I was just kind of panicking to get my team out, and then I pressed submit, and I was like, get it! Because I thought I was gonna run out of time.
Oh, Ashley's trying to plug me right now.
Is she?
And honestly, that sounds really weird. I should not have said that.
That sounds inappropriate, Jim. I'm gonna have to report you to HR.
Yeah. All right. Okay. That's what she said. If you're a fan,
that's what she said. That's what she said. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm on Twitch over at Jim Morgan HNH. It's pretty much exactly what my name is inside the chat.
H&H hobbies.
Yeah, hobbies and happiness,
Gotcha. So
which is
I'm dead on this one for sure.
yeah. I I I was trying to think of like a business name, and I was out one day at Walmart with my family, and not to throw shade at any specific people out in the world,
Mhm.
but my dad was talking about like grandkids and and so he was wondering like when we were gonna do that, and my girlfriend's like, we prefer to have hobbies and happiness.
Mhm.
But I know you know, there's a lot of people that are glad to be parents, and for
Mhm.
some people it's just not for them.
Mhm.
Um and I mean, kids are the future, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man,
So
you know, everybody has a different story, but
yeah.
I think it's ooh, you know, it's
It's
the
also,
hardest thing I've ever done. And it's also the most rewarding thing.
yeah, yeah. That's what I hear from a lot of people. It's a lot of work, but it's always worth it.
Chuni was asking me the other day what like how to have more success with snipe. Chuni, this is one of the rule sets that I find snipe is very powerful when explosive weaponry is a rule set. So I'm actually going to try and demonstrate, but I don't really know who the best snipers are in the new Chaos Legion. So I only have him, I think. I got those two, but I don't want to, that's not good enough. So let me see. No, I can't do it that way. Who's got good snipers? Dragon? No.
Yeah.
Fire? I've got some fire
Oh,
ones.
life does. Oh no, you don't have life. Oh. Man, what are
I
these
think
colors?
it's, I'm gonna have to look at fire. And I think I'm gonna go,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll go pyre. And then let's see, archery. We got mantoid and
fire beetle,
fire beetle,
lava
lava
sniper,
sniper, mantoid. Where's the fire beetle? Fire
left.
beetle. Okay. This is a new artwork. I'm not familiar with it yet. So fire beetle is going in the first position because it's got the one shield. But these three snipers are going to be really powerful because they ultimately are going to attract, or sorry, they're going to drop their bomb in the second or third position, which is going to, you know, cause maximum damage due to the blast. This is a scenario where snipe can be very effective.
Uh, Rather than tower, you could throw in lava launcher, but
Yeah, but the thing is, I need to put some meat, some like something with, you know, some meat in the front end, and
you got 6 mana. You can do the peace guy.
because I think I might do cube for the or oh, you know what I could do? I'm gonna break out the new peaceful giant,
And you got 1 mana.
and then we'll go
Ooh,
slow.
speed
Yeah, you
control.
need
Yeah.
the slow will help me to maybe fire first. Is that when there's blast damage, you need to fire first because people are gonna die left, right, and center. He's going to be a lot faster than me, so that's a problem. But hopefully the armor is helpful, and maybe my flight gets me out of this. I put the Griffin in here because I wanted to put the armor on all of my guys, but he's going to delete my Griffin pretty quick. So that's not the best. I think I win, though. What do you think? Ooh, I didn't see
I don't know. He also has the Wavesmith.
He also has the headwinds, which I didn't calculate at first.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know how I get out of this one.
Because he's rocking double sneak with blast opportunity. Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I'd be surprised. But when no, I can't see it happening. That was a huge hit. That my ooze just killed his ooze. This. Yeah, see, now he's just gonna gut me. Yeah, it's over.
Ooh.
Quick's the devious. He's a devious one.
Mm-hmm.
But this didn't work. But that's a when the blast damage is available, it's worth trying to do if you're already working on a quest, which his question was, I'm working on a snipe quest and I have a hard time. That's one of the rule sets where it can be easier, even if I didn't win that one.
Yeah, real quick, now that I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and edit out that thing I said about plugging.
I think I might have to edit that into its own video. And now that you've asked for me to,
It's like I'm not gonna edit it out. Hour-long loop.
I'm gonna set it to some EDM and it'll be on a loop.
Gonna go on Fiverr, find some
Yeah,
dubstep artist to be like, hey, remix this for us.
remix. Zach. Oh, earlier, Zach, you try too hard asked me if I never drink booze. I haven't had a sip of booze since September 15th, 2013. So it's been several years, my dude. And then he just now asked, 12, which are the cards I want for the Modern League? For the Modern League, won't the free starter deck change? To my knowledge, the free starter deck will not change. Jim, do you know if I'm wrong here? You're going to like...
Yeah, the modern deck, the modern is not going to change, or the starter deck won't change, because it's what it is currently right now. But they were talking about how they want to change up how many times in a day you can use the starter cards.
How many times in a day or how many times ever? I thought they were put a cap ever.
A day. Yeah, so they were making it to where like bots couldn't just spam all day.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. So they want people to have at least one BCX of the cards, which with it being common and rare cards, it's really not that bad.
So which are the cards I want for Modern League? For Modern League, I mean, frankly, you should be geared up. Like, it depends what level you want to play at, right? But if you are eager to have significant success and play at like a gold or higher level, you're probably going to want most of the cards from at least 3 or 4 splinters, like we were discussing with that previous questioner who had 4 splinters. I think that's a really good recipe at gold or higher. And that's I built 4 different so far. I built 4 scholar accounts, which I lend out to people and they can play on my behalf, and they keep all the DC and I keep all the cards. That's the deal we've reached. And on each of them, I put together 250,000 power ish, and roughly 3 or 4 splinters for each of them, and that's enough to really have a fighting chance at gold. And so, if that's what you're aiming at, then you're going to want to be aiming at having 3 or 4 splinters really decked out, and you let the others suffer. Like you're not going to be perfect at everything. That's how I see it anyways. And so, which ones you want, you're going to want them all, like, is the truth. But you can start, you don't need to have them all. This is something I tell people all the time. Like they want to have everything now. It's like, that's not realistic. Just kind of what would move the needle most for you right now? Would it be like if you got your summoner up 1 more level? Like, as an example, do you have certain monsters on your blue team that are too high? Their level is too high and your summoner is not good enough yet. Then that's a good example of how you could move the needle meaningfully by doing one thing, by upgrading that summoner. You see what I mean? You'd be unlocking the power that already exists in maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of your monsters by spending that money to get that summoner up to the right level. That's one way you could look at it, and that's one thing you should be analyzing, because hopefully your monsters are optimized for your Splinter summoner. Nice. Ultimate Gaming is here again. Thank you, my dude, for hanging out. And he says, thanks for the shout out, Dwayne. I'm now at 1K subs. Knew you would be, pal. You're going to be way more than that one day. Good content. Technical analysis and good commentary. Very good. Well done, sir. And what else? AFK Arena War Gods. So I don't understand. I had speed level 4 against the fire tank with 4 attack, speed 1, and life 5, and I missed 5 times in a row. Why? So you had speed 4.
AFK Arena, what's your in-game name? Because we could actually go look at it.
It's also you are not, when you have a 4 speed, it's not a certainty that you're going to hit a 1 speeder. You have, so this part confuses me a little, but I know for a fact that a 10 speed difference is a perfect chance to dodge, and like everything in between is like a 10 or 20 or 30, like at every point is an extra 10%. But what you're asking, not about dodge, you're asking about hit. I think it's still the same. I think it's still, if you have a 4 and he has a 1, I think you have a 30% chance. No, that can't be right.
Because then your speed's higher, so then they have a 30% chance of missing you.
So does he have a 70% chance of? No, but what's his chance to contact?
So you only, if your speed is equal or higher than them, you have 100% chance of hitting unless they have dodge or flying.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, yeah, the accuracy and the dodge are literally the exact same thing.
Okay.
It's only for whoever's lower, they have accuracy issues for the higher speed because they're dodging. It's it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, was if it was reverse speed.
His in-game name is A Squad.
Yeah.
A Squad. So, is there a way to? Yes, I can right here, right?
Yeah.
I've never done this before. A Squad.
All right. Now, War Gods, what game was it?
Yeah.
Who were you playing as?
If you see him drop the answer, let me know, because I want to. There's something here from Nico. He says, "Hey 12, I just want to know your thoughts. If it's better to build a deck with regular foil or to go to silver, or to build a gold foil deck and stay in bronze." Eew, that's a tough question, because gold foils. Oh man, gold foils are so rare, and they have such a crazy price appreciation, and they open certain doors that regular foils will never, such as gold foil tournaments, gold foil gold foil brawls, plus the bonuses on DC per battle, but you're not getting DC at bronze low levels anyways. And I guess here's where I'm going to land. Go to silver with regular foils, because some of those benefits that are wrapped up in the gold foils are not going to be realized for you at bronze. And also, if you don't yet have a full deck in this game, and by full I mean like 3 or 4 splinters that are quite well, built out, then you don't really have a lot of exposure to this game yet. Like an investment in it, you don't have a lot of assets, your portfolio is still growing. I think it's really important. I think this game has life-changing opportunity potential, and I mean that. And so it's really important that if you agree with that you just get some of the assets in your portfolio. Every card you have is an asset in your portfolio. It's literally, this game is like, every one of the cards is like a stock, and you have 5 copies of this stock and 10 copies of that one, and so on. And the more you can accumulate of that and while having fun with this game, the more opportunity you're going to have to realize significant gain in the future, because you have more and more copies of it. Like, yes, it's great if your one gold foil card goes to $500. It's even crazier if and it's because it's easier to get 100 copies of a regular foil card than it is to get, sometimes, to spend $25 or $30 or $40 on a gold foil. So the entry points are easier at the regular. That's why I say start things out, get your deck sorted, get into silver. That's where the rewards are really going to begin anyways. And then as you're there having some fun and you're accumulating rewards, then start to, acquire those gold foils as you can, because gold foils are great, but I think that's what I would do. Did he drop his game reference number or anything?
I don't believe so. He said he was going to try and send the link, but I don't know if he was going to do that on Discord or something.
I'm not sure. You can send links in my chat there.
Yeah, I told him not to.
Okay. Okay, let's see. What was the conditions that he said? He was going 1. He was going 4 speed, and they were going 1. And he kept.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's against Chuck.
And he did lose. He said so. Yeah, it's probably because that's a 1 speed. Let's have a peek at this.
Yeah.
Chuni wants to know if gold foils will be necessary for land. They will not be necessary, but Icy, is Icy Flow still here? Icy dropped some wisdom in the time and attention Discord yesterday, and he was saying that he reminded me that Yaba and Aggie were telling us, I think months ago now, the vision for land is that the more precious the card, the more high level the card, the more resource it will extract from the land. And so, of course, you're going to want to have the best monster that you have available to farm that territory. That's going to mean older cards are especially valuable, and then higher level BCX are going to be available because they don't just want you throwing some like cheap common level 1 BCX on there to use it. It really is you're gonna see significant bonuses if you're able to use older foil, gold foil, legendaries. So you don't need them, but it's gonna benefit you. No, this wouldn't be it.
Yeah. Said he was playing against. Oh, it could also have been.
There's no 1 speeders there.
His blue versus. Oh, you got to go back to his name.
It was a loss. Yeah, it could be this one. Let's see.
Yeah.
But this one. No. Yeah, maybe the Zenith.
Also plus speed.
Plus speed. So his monk might have been 4 speed, right? And this would have been 1 speed. Maybe he missed this one repeatedly. Yeah, this could be it, because he's gonna have 4 speed on the Zenith with the, and this is gonna be a 1.
Oh, so you weren't missing. It's just shield negated 1 damage down to 0.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, see. The Zenith Monk does 1 damage, but the Living Lava has shield, which reduces the melee incoming damage by half, rounding up?
Rounds down.
Rounding down. So if you hit with no rounding up.
Yeah, it does round up because 3 goes to 2.
3 gets cut in half, and then you round up. So 3 becomes 2. 1 rounds down to half, but it doesn't. It's at 0. So you're going to do 0 damage every time you hit him, even though you are hitting him every time. And you can see the 0. See if I can catch it. See, I didn't catch it, but there's a 0 that goes over him. So you are hitting him. That's why. Nice catch, Jim. Yuki. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. The damage was negated. Okay. Let's see. I had one more question. that I came prepared with. Oh yeah, okay, Jim. Let's talk about this for the last few minutes. How the question was, I guess they watched me fight with Grum, and I fought with Grum and I lost. And then the commenter said, "Hey man, like, you know, that happens to me too. And it's such an overpowered card, but like, you know, it still loses sometimes. And what are some ways that we can juice up our Grum or our Uriel?" He actually specifically asked out those two monsters. What are some cards that we can use to complement those two monsters that will lift them up to an even higher level? And maybe let's go over to peak monsters for this one. So let's start with Grum.
Okay.
What are your thoughts? Do you have any immediate?
I just want to throw this out there, right? Like, it is a decent idea to have like a Grum carry comp, right? So like protect the Grum and just let him kill everything.
Mm-hmm.
But, right, like there's also just counters to how good Lamacron was. And it's hard to say. It's hard to say, I think. But yeah, let's give it a shot.
So one thing I've said repeatedly was that you're going to want some repair. The Flame Monkeys is going to give you a repair at the level 5, which can work in silver. And then you're going to want some, and the Scavo Hireling on the neutral side.
Oh, real quick, was that question specifically for like what league with Grum?
Oh, you know what? Good question.
Because if it's in bronze, not having void is difficult.
You're right. So hang on a second. Studio.
Sorry to extend this, but
okay. No, that's an important distinction. I don't know if I'll be able to find it exactly. Let's see. His questions. Carry cards. This was one of the questions that we answered already. Grum, here it is. Hey 12, funny to see how that Uriel lineup was still not enough to win. I encountered the same problem when I was running Grum. My question is, besides the repair and shatter support monsters, which do you think is the other way to run Grum and Uriel? Much love and support. Thanks, my dude. First of all, appreciate your kind encouragement. I really do. And
he is in bronze.
He says bronze. Did he say bronze?
No, I just looked up his name. He's in bronze.
Okay. Bronze is honestly a crapshoot. There's a lot less skill. No, that's not fair. There's a lot more. I don't know who plays poker here, but when you play No Limit Hold'em, and you sit down at a table of sharks, like you go to a casino and you're playing with real poker players, everyone plays tight and they play their cards well. When you sit down at a table with people who have no idea how to play poker, what happens is they throw their chips around because they think it's going to scare you. And if you're over there with aces, you're not, and you know poker, you're not scared. You just call and you win. I find that playing poker with people who don't know, who are just getting started, is a gong show because you don't have, there are so many strange things being thrown at you. And I feel bronze in Splinterlands is the same vibe where, first of all, there's a lot of abilities that are taken off the table. And second of all, there's a lot of cards that have, like, everyone has access to because of the starter pack. And lastly, there are people trying things there that are just different. So I want to say that first because I don't really know. I don't know exactly how to help a lot at bronze, but I'm going to say some of what I had prepared is going to apply and some of it's not. Scavo Hireling, he already said the repair. The shatter on the fire team is really helpful, but I'm not sure it's even available at bronze. Let's have a quick peek. There's an archery unit with there he is. Yeah, he's got shatter at level 1, so that's an important one. It's going to shatter your opponent Grum's or Uriel's shield. But then I also wrote a couple other things. Speed, Inspire, and Pierce. These are things that you can do for sure. If you have any Inspire, it's going to make a difference. Now, they don't have Inspire at the lowest levels. You have any called Swiftness. Now, they don't have Swiftness at the first levels either. See, none of that's available to you at Bronze. But
Well, they could also get it at level 3, but I don't think they will.
Yeah. You could go for Quid. You could go for the Summoner change. And if you introduced Quid Yuff with the piercing damage, that's going to be really helpful with an angry Grum. You could also think about getting a Pyre, and that one speed is going to be really helpful to unlocking a bit more deadliness to your Grum. For Bronze, I feel like those are your two main options, with the exception of the Scavo Hireling, who has the repair out of the gate. Scavo Hireling has a repair at level 1. So those are your three options, I think, at Bronze. And if I'm wrong, maybe if there's an Inspire I don't know about, if there's a Swiftness I don't know about, or possibly consider getting your Creeping Ooze level 1 to drop on your team, because that nerfing your opponent's speed is the same as positively buffing your own, or maybe Quicks the Devious and then running Grum with the Quicks. That way, again, that's going to help the speed battle for you. So that's like 5 different things, but the battle becomes more interesting, and there's a lot more options at, say, Silver. So, any thoughts there, Jim?
Yeah, it's being in Bronze. It's rough because you don't really get to have one carry card, because the cards are just missing either stat value or really key abilities that give them that extra little push. Like Uriel, he doesn't have heal. That increases his survivability to get off that recharge attack by a lot.
Yeah.
But Quid Yuff, I think, is probably the best one in terms of if you're looking to do that. But if you're just looking to climb out of Bronze, Obsidian.
Yeah.
You know.
And you mean like with Obsidian, like just going a different angle altogether and just going magic?
Yeah, like to climb out of Bronze, I think spamming Obsidian is really strong. But then if you want to counter that, then you just play Thaddeus and then reduce their stuff. So, then like there's counterplay to it.
Yeah.
But when you think about all the different cards that have in Bronze, how many have Void and how many of them you really should be afraid of, it's really like Unicorn Mustang and Oceanus.
Maybe a Legionnaire, maybe not.
Well, he doesn't have the Void, but he does have that Void armor. Yeah. But even at that point, Grum also has the Void armor, and he's just gonna get destroyed by a lot of the stuff Obsidian can throw.
Octier's got the Void now too, but he is not doing anything, and he has no heals at the low level.
Yeah. So then you would have to have the healer for him.
Yeah. I would say there are some options with Uriel, but maybe, again, I was expecting a conversation around Silver, so my notes are around Silver. But I wrote Repair, Shatter. If you're trying to make Uriel work, you're going to want Repair. You're going to want Shatter, because the big recharge, you don't want the recharge landing on your opponent's 1 armor. I said bring a Cleanse, but that, again, I was thinking... because one of the ways that you can kill a Uriel, or for that matter a Grum, is by dropping a poison on it. Even though it's got 5 armor, 6 armor, whatever armor, if you just poison the heart, then it dies that much faster. So Cleanse is a very helpful ability, and actually there's quite a few cleansers on the white team. And then Inspire, I said Inspire, I was thinking Adelaide Brightwing, but again, and it's a good one because it's got the repair. But it's even if you were at Silver, man, with the Resurrect, because it's such a nice combination when you have a Resurrect with a monster that's really big, and that has self heal. And so picture yourself at Silver with this thing with self heal and then this thing resurrects it. Yeah, the Uriel is going to come back with 1 hit point, but it's probably going to self heal itself. And then maybe you have some other heals also. But I love this combo right here, 1-2. And this one
is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. And then anything with Inspire or Resurrect, and the Angel of Light is a good choice with the Resurrect, but man, it's $100. It's also got Inspire. This is one of the most broken cards in the game, and then the artwork here is awesome. Also, Resurrect, Flying, Tank Heal, Inspire. It doesn't do any sort of attack, but it's honestly, it's like this can. There are certain modes where I play this as my tank, especially where the rule set is Sniper, where it says all monsters have Snipe and no melee. I'll put this monster in the first position, my tank, and then I'll put like Gelatinous Cube in the second position, because they're going to hit my cube and they're going to avoid the Angel of Light. If the cube goes down, she resurrects. She's providing a resurrect to somebody, whether it's the cube or one of my other monsters. This card is just so good. It's crazy, but it's expensive.
Silver Shield Knight as well. Token brought up in the chat.
Silver Shield Knight. Mm-hmm. I'm having a hard time picturing that one. Silver
Shark for life.
Yes, with the Inspire. That's right.
Yeah.
This one is a great card, and it reminds me of the Demented Shark for sure, like you said. But these cards are frustrating. Like they're what am I trying to say? They are like, you only use them in certain situations. They're situational. Like, this is not a good tank. You know, this is a card you want to have when you have 50 or 60 mana to work with, and where all monsters can attack from any, and all melee monsters can attack from any position. This is one of the best cards in that sort of rule set, because you put it in like the 4th or the 5th spot where it's totally safe. It's going to inspire everybody. It's going to be dropping a good amount of damage, but it's also going to be safe. And because it's not safe if you put this thing in the first position.
Yeah.
And so it's a great card, and I have one, but yeah, you got to be careful with those ones. They're not even the Demented Shark. The Demented Shark is not a very strong tank. It's more of a backline utility, situational monster as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And one piece of advice I could also give for if you want to build a Protect the Grum or Protect the Uriel team comp, it's think about it like this. Is it easier to counter 1 card or 5 or 6 cards?
1.
Exactly. So like putting all of your biscuits in a basket, all your eggs into a single basket, when you could instead utilize them more as the tank route, right? Mm-hmm. And then so for Grum, you could then have sneak attackers or snipers to be lowering the HP or even breaking the armor of their second, third, or last monsters. So then that way, when Grum does get to those guys, they don't even have the armor to even worry about. So then you don't have to worry about the Pierce. You can then just let him take over.
That's true, but you know what happens a lot of the times is the mana cap is such that if you're running a Grum, you don't get to run those other guys. You know, not always. Sometimes mana caps are big, but you know, how often do you have 15 mana or 13 mana or 20 mana? And if you're going to do a Grum, he's pretty much by himself.
Yeah.
And then what I often lose to is my opponent has done, a 2-cost mana tank like the Pelacor Conjurer, and then like 2 or 3 or even 4 sneak attack or opportunity monsters that are super inexpensive, especially with the white team. The Feral Cat. Well, let's quickly have a peek. Like, there's just so many good. Not the Silver Shield. Like, You know, there's a 3-cost mana attacker that you can put in the first position. Stitch Leech. The Chaos Knight has Inspire at higher level, so it's really good with the Stitch Leech. And then the Feral Cat, that's 3. You can put a secondary reach tank like that, the Cave Slug. So you can it's really easy to do a melee focused white team and have them hitting from every position because of their opportunity and sneak monsters. They have some really good ones. So Grum gets in a lot of trouble. Like, and these guys are low, like 3 mana, 5 mana, 6 mana. And, you know, you could put something like this in the first position just to be a meat shield, or the Pelacor Conjurer as a bigger meat shield, and let these other back line guys do some work. And I didn't even look at, like, there's tons more. Feral Spirit was one of them. And then there's a Silver Shield Assassin. There's neutral ones. So that's where I find Grum and Uriel run into problems, where if they are squared off against a 1-on-1, they're going to do quite well. But that's not usually the story.
Yeah. And I like what Carlo just posted in here. Grum plus Phineas Rage, which is another thing I do. Having that reach creature second, and since he's faster than the Grum, he will make sure that, like, pretty much breaking their armor, unless it's a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
The Phineas can break the armor, which then sets up Grum for, you know, getting in there.
Yeah, that's why I really like that that archery unit, because it fires first and it has shatter. So even if the guy has 20 armor, it doesn't matter. The Flamesmith, it's 7 mana, just like the Phineas Rage. Phineas Rage is a great card, but this is 7 mana. It's got the shatter, so it's going to break whatever armor's in front of it, and then Grum's going to hit the heart.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, my throat's starting to hurt, so we're going to have to wrap there. But before I do, I just wanted to say one last thing, because I'm looking forward to it, and I see Ashley's name in the comments. Come out tomorrow. Actually, it won't be live. We're going to record that, and then I'll post it tomorrow night. I'm going to share that cool video where we're doing a reaction, really, to some new Splinterlands artwork. It's not Splinterlands artwork. It's a friend of mine who is in our guild, who's doing amazing artwork that is going to, in some sense, be Splinterlands related, lore related. He's kind of creating some amazing new stuff that I've never seen and no one has ever seen. So I'm pumped for it. I want to see it. I want to talk to. I love his vision for art. He helped me design the Time and Attention logo that I love and that I'm super proud of. And just a layer upon layer of storytelling he brought to my logo tells me he's going to do some really cool things with this. And it's going to be Splinterlands focused, in the sense that he's actually trying to, you know, present himself as a, you know, and as a portfolio and bring it to Splinterlands attention. So I hope you guys come and throw down likes on that one, because I want him to be seen, and I want that to be, you know, I want him to get that traction. And I hope you guys are going to like what he has to show us. So come check that out. It won't be live. I'll do that tomorrow sometime with Ashley and Game Boy Ali, and if Jim's available, Jim, but sounds like maybe not.
Yeah, I might not be there.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. And
unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that's fine, man. Guys, appreciate all of you. Thank you for hanging out. Stever, hey, buddy. Not a lot of finished questing. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but thank you for popping by, my dude. I didn't see you earlier, but I appreciate you coming by. I enjoy your stuff too. Have an amazing day, guys. Have an amazing evening, I guess. Thanks for coming. God bless.
Take care.